grinding hard, we never sleep. The mountain's high, but the climb's so steep. With every push, we prove our might. True giants own the night.
Foot on their necks, they think they can rise. Boss up with no work is living a lie. We're the giants, we're earning our keep. You're only here cause we let you breathe.
You think you got what it takes, but you don't. No accolades, no grind, watch your throne. We built this empire brick by brick, while you sit back pretending you're slick.
We the true giants, the leaders of the pack. You're in our shadow, watch your back, only here, because we allow it. So know your place, you'll never outgrow. Yeah, every triumph, every trophy we earned, while you chasing dreams yet to be learned. We fought battle scars to get to the top. Your lazy hustle just makes us stop. Burnt out pretenders can't make the climb. Step aside, kid, it's our time to shine. Feel the pressure, feel the heat. True giants never accept defeat. We the true giants, the leaders of the pack. You're in our shadow, watch your back, only here, because we allow it. So know your place, you'll never outgrow. You'll never outgrow. You'll never outgrow. Oh, grinding hard, we never sleep. The mountain's high, but the climb's so steep. With every push, we prove our might. True giants own the night. You'll never outgrow. We the true giants, the leaders of the pack. You're in our shadow, watch your back, only here, because we allow it. So know your place, you'll never outgrow. You'll never outgrow. Hey, no, you'll never outgrow. You'll never outgrow. You giants, true giants, you'll never outgrow. Oh, we the true giants, the leaders of the pack, You're in our shadow, watch your back, only here, cause we allow it. So reallow it. Know your place, you'll never outgrow. No, never outgrow.
Good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone had an amazing weekend, and hopefully the time change from last night did not ruin your day. I don't mind when we go back. Actually, no, I do mind. I do mind going backwards and forwards. I just wish we would just keep it consistent, because it just messes with me for months when that happens, all right? But either way, we are here. We do not miss. So the plan for today is, quick recap. The plan for today is that we're going to be working on deploying our application, our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data, through our own terminal on Google Cloud Platform. We are on Google Kubernetes Engine. We started it last week, but we got it to work through the UI last week. We want to do it through the terminal this week. And we also want to see if we can run a load test on it as well. But if we have time for that, we'll get to that. But that is our plan for today, all right? So I am Tekodraf. We are Engineered to Win. Today is Sunday, March 9th, 2025. I'm telling you guys, you're going to blink and then tomorrow is going to be 2026. So you better keep working and making sure you're getting everything that you wanted to accomplish in 2025 done fast and early. Do not procrastinate, because you will be procrastinating right into 2026. 6. All right. So I'm just saying. With that being said, we're going to get into our agenda for today so that we can keep the show moving. Let's see. All right. So first and foremost, like I always love to start the show, I just want to say a big thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel. Those who are brand new, those who have been with me for a while, those who are very, very active, and those who watch from the clouds or the bushes, wherever it is that they're watching from. I appreciate every single last one of you.
I appreciate you.
And always shouting out my Patreon members, my tech barbarians, those that I coach one-on-one, my tech prodigy members that I also coach one-on-one, my technical explorers who are in the Patreon who are finding value in the content that I bring, and the additional content like the sprint reviews and the Discord where we have Python help, talk about DevOps. I'm thinking about adding doing something else in there as well. So all of the Patreon members, my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy, my technical explorers, those who even sign up for free, every last one of you guys are the best.
We the best.
And shout out to the YouTube members who keep the channel alive and growing. You guys, you do so much. So let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right. So real quick before we get into the show, tomorrow morning, we're going to be going live with our large language models. We're going to be continuing to, I think we're going to integrate Perplexity into our application. And then we're going to, because Perplexity really has like up-to-date news. It's pretty interesting, right? So we're going to integrate that one, get an API key, integrate that into our workflow. And then Wednesday we'll probably start looking into other stuff. All right. But I just want to get that part out of the way because Perplexity seems to be very, very popular. I had never used it until last Wednesday. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. So we're going to integrate that tomorrow. Also, we're going to have Candid Conversation at noon. We're going to be premiering it at noon, where it's going to be pretty intense. I'm going to be talking about myself. I'm going to be talking about myself, about a little bit of my history and stuff like that, and why I am the way that I am. Love me or hate me, I am who I am. All right. And then Tuesday night, of course, we're going to be going live with Q&A. So we're going to be doing Q&A. I think not the following week, but I think the week after. I might not. We probably won't have Q&A because I will be out of town and probably being at some events for work and stuff like that. So we're probably going to miss one in a couple of weeks, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let me see. Anything else before we get into it? No, that is about it for our announcements. But before we go any further, we have to stop the show real quick. And I have to say hello to all of my friends in the chat. So first and foremost, always bright and early, we have Roxy that says, good afternoon. Oh, it didn't mess up this time. Probably on another scene it's going to mess up, right? It says, good afternoon, Tech Coach Ralph, Mitch, mods, and the chat. Good afternoon to you as well, Roxy. Always a pleasure to have you here. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. During our first break, we're going to be premiering a project that I just got wrapped up this morning, and you're gonna be quite surprised because even my jaw dropped when I saw it. I'm like, whoa, what is this? Right? We got AR Smitty in the building. What's up, AR Smitty? Happy to have you here as always. And in our second break, we're gonna go down memory lane. I'm gonna tell you a story about what shapes me to be the way that I am. It's such a bad story. It's a terrible story, but I'm gonna share it with you so you guys can understand. You understand a little bit better, right? We have Magnetar in the building. Says Sith Coach Ralph. What? We have Miss Freckles says, hello everyone. I like this song too. Oh, thank you. That song, I don't know what album that song is going to come out on, but it is going to come out on some album at some point. All right. Let's see. Magnus says, I wish they would do away with this time change crap.
Bruh.
I hear you. And Miss Freckles says, However, the time change is done on purpose to keep the chaos alive. Say it ain't so, Miss Freckles. Say it ain't so. We got Farron Perry in the building. What's up, Farron Perry? How are you doing? Hopefully everything is going well with you. And Magnus says, I hit day 3 for Python. I struggled with the calculator at the end of day 2 though. But if you figure it out, then the struggle is just part of the process. Congratulations on getting on day 3. We got my guy, Adrian Roberson in the building. What's up, Adrian? How are you doing today? Happy to see you as always. All right, well, let's keep the show moving. Like I said, I'm working hard to keep our dedicated times for the show. So I'm gonna try. We'll probably go a little bit over. Hopefully not. Maybe we'll go a little bit over the 2 hours. But the goal is to keep it within 2 hours, maybe 10 minutes over at the most. Yesterday we did a pretty good job, or did we? No, we did a terrible job yesterday. Either way, we're working on it. We're trying to make ourselves better. All right. But with that being said, let me stop talking. Let me start working. All right. Less talk, more work. Less talk, more work. All right. So, like I said, we're going to be getting into Google Kubernetes. We're going to be working on deploying it locally. All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start our first timer.
It's time to do.
And I'm going to switch screens to over here. See how that looks. All right, make it just a little wider. Let's go like that. And like that. All right, cool. So what we want to do is we want to deploy Google Kubernetes. All right, so we're going to do this quick start, the one that we've been using for a while. We did last week, like I said, we did it last week using the GUI interface, the user interface on Google Cloud, but a lot of times like we don't always like it takes long. I don't know. We don't always use the GUI interface, right? So we need to get better with our command line, and we did it with the command line on Minikube. So we should be able to do it with the command line on like through our command line connecting to Google. So we just have to do it, right? So what we're going to do is start off with, so we already have our cluster created and I already started it up. We are going to get the credentials for our, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to type in GKE just so I can make sure I get the right cluster name. And it is going to be, oh, that's not the one. Oh, actually I'm on the wrong app. All right, let's go to Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. And let's go to manage. And we have GKE. So, all right, UDEC GKE cluster. So that is the one that we are going to be working on. So going back to documentation, we are going to say, so we're going to do get the authentication credentials. So we're going to say G cloud container clusters get credentials. And then we're going to say GKE or UDEC dash GKE something, something, something. All right. So let's go over to this screen. And let me zoom in on this. And we're going to say G cloud container get credentials and UDEC GKE cluster, I think it's called. I'm pretty sure there's a command to get a list of it, but let's see. Invalid choice get credential. Get credentials. Why is that invalid choice? G cloud, what did I type? Oh, okay, I forgot a word. Let's see, G cloud container clusters. Let's try that. We need to provide the location, dash dash location equals US East 1. And let's see, what else did we get? Did we get an error? Actually, no, it worked. All right, so fetching cluster endpoint and auth data Cube config entry generated for UDC. All right, so that works. So now let's do a cube CTL get deployments. Should have nothing, right? All right, nothing found. No results found in default namespace. All right, so now we are going to create. So let me do this cube create or cube CTL create deployment, and I'm going to do help, right? Maybe it's dash help, because I want to see how I can pass in the environment variable at the beginning, because when we were doing it through the user interface on Google Cloud Platform, we had a spot to enter in the environment variable, right? But I'm trying to see, how do I add that environment variable? So we have the image. We don't need to add the image. The container port that the deployment exposes. Okay, I don't think we need that one. We didn't use that one, I believe. Save config, show manage fields template. Let's see. I don't, because last time when we set the environment variable, then we have to restart it, which is fine. But I know we were able to do it directly when we were using Google, the user interface, right? So I'm just curious to see if we have that option available to us here. Let me see. kubectl image busybox image create a deployment name my dev that runs multiple containers. I guess we could do that actually, where we could technically do that where we are running multiple containers, one for the busybox, one for the front end. We don't have to have it just doing that once, but let me see if there is a. We're not gonna spend too much time on this because we looked into this before. I'm just curious to see if there's a way to get this. Let's go to over here, and I'm just gonna search for cube CTL create deployment --env define environment variables for a container. So let's see if the env and env from field have different effects. Allows you to set environment variables for a container, specifying the value directly for each variable that you name. I guess I'm gonna have to see, but this is here. I wanted it to be done in like the command line prompt. Which, if we can't, I mean, we have a way to do it, but see, this is the one for set environment variable. But I would expect that we should be able to do it on the deploy, though, right? Deploy. Let me see here. So deployment. So they keep referencing to the YAML file, but I don't want the YAML file. I want the command line. Which is fine if we can't do it. We'll just do it the way that we did it before using the command line. I just was hoping that there was we could just pass it in at the beginning, the same way that what do you call it? It has it in the UI where you can just pass in that environment variable. And the thing is, right, if it's in here somewhere, right, env or not. I'm just curious, but we don't have to spend too much time on that. I was just hoping that I could do it from a particular spot, but we'll get it afterwards, right? So let's continue. Let's not waste any time. Let's continue. Although I could just try it, you know. I could just try it. So let's do the environment variables that we need to set is, all right, let me go into our Mongo. Let me log into Mongo, so our database. We start typing the command here. In the meantime, we're going to be doing kubectl create deployment, and the name is going to be udec-be, and the image is going to be equal to tech coach Ralph colon or slash udec-be colon AMD64, because if we don't do AMD64, the one that we had, the latest one that we had built was with the ARM architecture, and the servers are using AMD architecture. All right, so we need to make sure we get that buttoned up. Okay, so now I'm gonna try env. Let's say database. This might totally flop, right? But I just want to try it anyways. Database connection equals, and let's go to add some access for about 6 hours. And let me go to our connection. Let me get our connection string. Connect. Let's go here. All right, so you will see the password for a little bit, but that's okay because there's nothing in there, and I will eventually change it if I ever decide to use it. And the connection is only available for 6 hours, so there's only so much you could do with it, right? What is the password though? Okay. Password is very secure, right? Very secure. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh wait, let me put it here because it's using all these things in there. Let's go unknown flag env. All right, fine. So we're not gonna be able to use env. All right, fair enough, fair enough. But we will definitely set it afterwards. I wonder if we could set it. No, I don't think you can. All right, so let's go ahead and create. Where do you expose the port? I think the port is exposed on the, let me take a look at this real quick. So port, the container port that this deployment exposes. So it's defaulted to -1. I don't think I ever put a port in there. I think we do the mapping on the port from the inside. Like what? I'm trying to think. Well, let's do port, right? Actually, no, I think we're good like that, right? So let's go ahead and do this. And this is saying unspecified CPU resources. All right, so it got created. All right, so let's do cube. Let me clear this out. Too much stuff. kubectl get deployments or deploys maybe. Deploy. All right, so we have it's not ready. So now we're going to do kubectl set env or env help. The server doesn't have dash help. So with the set env cubes. All right, so kubectl env set deployment. So kubectl set env deployment slash, and the name of the deployment. So if the dash env is passed, environment variables can be read from. Okay, so if we do set env deployment slash the one that we want, then we're gonna give it. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up a bit, and this is the environment variable that we want to set. So in order to save us some time, we're going to get rid of all of this over here. Kubectl, and we're going to say set env and deployment slash udec dash be, and that should do it. All right, perfect. So now we're good. We have to do a restart of the kubectl, not replace, reboot, restart. Kubectl, oh my god, roll out. All right, and that's why I wanted to use my own terminal, because then I can get the tab feature so I can see what I can do. Right, so rollout, and then from rollout we do restart, and then we're gonna do deployment, and then we're gonna call it udec dash be. So we get with that. It's restarted. So now if we do kubectl get deployments, one of one is up, right? So that's a good thing. So let's now, what I want to do, because we're not super confident yet in all of this, let's go and take a look at our, let's go take a look at this over here to see how things are looking for us. Let me see, Kubernetes Engine. So we have this. Let's take a look at that. And in our cluster, let's go to, I guess, workloads. All right, there we go. So we have our one deployment okay after the restart. All right. Now let's create our service for this one. I love DevOps, to be honest with you. I really enjoy doing this type of work. Like working on like this. I had never worked on Kubernetes before a few months ago, and I'm loving working on it. Kubectl. We're gonna do expose, and we're gonna say deployment udec dash be. And I'm going to say dash help, because we're going to need to do so a few things we're going to do. We need to do the target port, the name or number for the port on the container that the service should direct traffic to. And so that we can access it from externally, and then we need the port that the service should serve on. So that's going to be our port 3000 for the interior, and then for the exterior, for us to be able to access it, that's going to be port 8000. All right. And then we need to do the type being the load balancer. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go up this way, and we're going to say, dash port equals, port is going to be 3000, and the target port is going to equal, let's do let's say 50-50. All right. That's how we'll access our our API, right? Thinking of anything else that we need to do with that. I think that's everything. So let's go and press enter. It's exposed. So if all goes well, we should be able to access this on port 5050. I don't know. Oh, shoot. I forgot to do something. Let's do kubectl delete service udec -b. And we're just going to do it again because I forgot to do the type equals load balancer. All right. And let's enter. It's exposed. So now we should be able to access it. Let's do kubectl get services. And we have a cluster IP. We don't have a X, so it's still pending. Maybe it's taking a little bit of time. Let's go and take a look at it over here.
Lunch break, lunch break.
All right, it is break time. Trying to see. I guess that's the endpoint right here. Did my target port take? Should have. Okay, so we're good. We have our, all right, so we have our IP. I don't think this is the way that, I don't think it should be this though. Let me see what happens if we click on this one. Let me see if I do 50-50 though. Something didn't take. Something didn't take the way that it should have. All right, we'll figure that out because I know it's running. We're not getting any errors, but let me see something. App errors. Oh, it didn't connect. So it says that it's running, but it didn't connect. Okay. We shall, well, maybe that was from a while ago. Let me see. Timestamp 25. That's a while ago. All right, there we go. Okay, so it is connected. All right, so connected. All right, so we're good. We're good. It is connected to the database. So this is fine. Cool. So we go over here. Port forwarding 50-50. So, all right, before we go to break, let me just see. It's possible that because it's a let's go to external endpoints. So port 3000 is forwarding to 50-50. So let's go to really quick. Let's go over here. And I'm gonna change this over here. And let's do a get. Huh, it's not connecting. I don't know why. All right, well, we'll figure that out. So for some reason we're not able to connect right now. Well, let me see. Take out the HTTPS. Nope. All right, we'll work on that. We'll figure out why we can't connect. It looks like it should be working though, so I'm not entirely sure. I see things are up. I see we have a load balancer IP. I'm not sure why this says external endpoint over here. Port 3000, target port 50-50. All right, we'll investigate that, but let's go to break. Let's go to break. All right, I'm gonna check the chat, and then we are going to be debuting this special project that I worked on and one of my top moderators and Patreon members, who's been a great help to me, has we collaborated on it, right? So, but let me check the chat first. See how everybody's doing. All right, let's see, where are we at? All right. Oh, nothing major. All right, perfect. So I guess it's time. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this video debut? All right, so let me go and put this up here. All right, so quick backstory. We have one of our moderators' birthday coming up in a couple of weeks, and we're working on you know, like as I figured out some new AI tools, AI technologies, like you see on the Tech Music channel, like the video playing. We're like, hey, can we turn one of these songs into like a music video? And with great persistence, a little bit of pestering, right? My friend, my moderator, got me to complete it ahead of time and ahead of schedule and under budget, the way that we like it, right? So it was their song idea that I got the prompt and I put it together. And I got the prompt, I put it together, and then it's like, well, can you turn this into a music video? And I was like, well, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do, right? I love a good challenge. You guys know I love a good challenge. There's nobody who can. I don't back down. You know, I'm like, oh, new challenge. You know, you just gonna be a huge person. They're like, you want to go with them? I'm like, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? So I took on this challenge and had to figure out the best way to do it, how to cut up some video, or not video, but like cut up some audio and try to sync it. Anyways, I've said too much already, right? I have said too much. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video production. All right. So hopefully you guys are ready for this. Let's go to
For scrubs.
Start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. All right, let's go.
My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. Who would have thought I'd see this day? Dreams were skirts and office play. Life had plans, it switched the path. Scrubs and sneakers, here at last. From city lights to quiet nights, trading heels for saving lives. A twist of fate, a new pursuit, new horizons in my view. From the office light to a neon glow, life took a turn and let me grow. In the land afar to a land so new, chasing dreams in scrubs and shoes. The land afar, a journey through, sparked a fire I never knew. From corporate dreams to what I do, standing strong, a life renewed. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. Coffee breaks to emergency stakes, the Took flight one day in scrubs and sneakers. I found my way, once glued to desks. My heart's a mend, finding purpose at each bend. Who'd have thought this path I'd find? With every step I'm redefined. Distant dreams now crystal clear. Unknown roads brought me here. A map unplanned, a life so true. A land afar, a land anew. A land anew, a land afar. A journey through. Sparked a fire I never knew. From corporate dreams to what I do. Standing strong, a life renewed. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills.
Well, there you have it. What did you guys think about the music video? What did you guys think about the music video? It took a lot of creativity to get it to work. Took some time, but let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Try to sync the lips as best as possible with the music. I think it was pretty good. My jaw dropped when I saw it. I was pretty impressed. I thought it was pretty impressive, pretty phenomenal. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. And the inspiration behind creating all this, the inspiration, the persistence, the annoyance behind creating all this is none other than our so consistent, very, very valuable friend and moderator, Roxy. Says, I'm impressed with this, especially since it is your first. Thank you so much. And Roxy is also pestering me to do one for the Fallen Down video, which I kind of started, but I'm still working on it. Miss Freckles says, clap, clap, clap. You know what? Let's just see how AR Smitty says, it's dope. It is hot fire. And Max says, the lip sync was great. Yeah, I think at the beginning it's a little shaky, but then as it goes on in the rest of the video, it gets like really, really on point. So it was a lot of different editing to get it to match up the right way, but I think it came out really, really cool. So the power of AI, the power of AI. All right. But yeah, so we'll play it again as we wrap up the show. But I just wanted to share that with you, and you guys, as I said earlier, it is our dear friend Roxy's birthday in a few weeks. So we'll keep that in mind. And once that day comes, we will surely celebrate her birthday. All right. But with that being said, let's get back to work. Let's get back to our second segment of work. Looks like we're going to be done pretty early today. All right. So, or if things don't work, we might end up going overtime. Let's see. Last comment that just came in. Ms. Reco says, as you keep working, you will only get better. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Miss Freckles.
I appreciate you.
And that's how it goes, you know. You get started and then you start to get inside and you make it work, and then like my motto, make it work and then make it better. We just keep continuing to iterate on whatever it is that we do until it becomes simple for us, you know. It's what we do here. It is what we do here. We make it work and then we make it better. All right. let's jump into our next 20-minute segment of the show.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, so something I'm not sure about. Maybe it's backwards. I think I did it backwards, actually. I think I did it backwards because I'm looking at over here, right? If I'm looking at over here, it's saying that right here, it's saying that the target port is 5050 and the port that it's exposing is 3000. So this should actually be 5050 right here from my like what I'm realizing right now. So I think we did it backwards. So let's go fix it. Let's go fix it real quick, right? We're gonna go and do. I think reading it can be a little confusing. So we're gonna do delete the service, right? And we're gonna go back up. If it ever finishes. Any day now? Bueller? Let's try that one more time. Are you deleted or not? Why are you taking so long? Kubectl get services. All right, so there's no service named that. All right, perfect. So now we're gonna go back up over here, and we're gonna say target port 3000, and we're gonna say port 5050. So before I send that over, let's go and look over here and make sure that the service is gone, no more, non-existent. Exposing services, no matching services. Perfect, all right? So now we're gonna go back over here and we're gonna go expose that. And we're gonna do get services again. The external IP is pending, but you see port 5050, and that's the port that we wanna be on. It's gonna take a second or so to get that up and running. So I'm just gonna continue to query it. But once we have our API up and running, then we should be able to get a list of the economic indicators, and then we should be able to do the front end. All right, perfect. So we have this. Let's copy that, and let's go over to here, and let's go to our talent. And you see, yeah, because like here 5050. All right, so here. Replace the IP, send. There we go. We just had it backwards. So no biggie. We had it backwards. Now we're going to work on the front end, right? We're going to deploy the front end, and there's still more to do because right now it lives in a public repo, right? Or public, not repo, but a public Docker image. But we do want to be able to use the Docker image that is hosted by Google and AWS and Microsoft Azure, you know what I mean? So I just keep that in mind that we do have to, we're not done with this by any means. We still have a long way to go, right? But for now, let's do kubectl create deploy. And we're going to call that udec-fe for the front end, --image equals, what is our image equal? It's tech coach Ralph / udec-fe for front end, AMD 64. Because if we do the latest, it's going to use the ARM architecture. So you have to keep that in mind. If you're using a Mac and you're doing Docker images, right? You might end up putting your Docker image as the architecture type of ARM architecture, ARM 64, and it might not be able to run on other Linux environments. So you might have to pass the architecture of AMD 64 like we did last week. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this one. All right, so that's created, but we need to set an environment variable. So before we set the environment variable, let's do kubectl get deploy. Get deployment or get deploy. get deploy. So, all right, there goes our front end that's currently down right now. So if we can get this running, then we can actually transition to trying to do a load test to see if we can see the Kubernetes cluster scaling up and down. All right, and then so we'll have to investigate that Ralph harness that my good friend Don built. And like he built it like 2 years ago, and now it's like, oh yeah, we could definitely use this now, right? So let's go ahead and do our set environment variable, kubectl set env, and I think we need 2. Let's go to WebStorm, and I need Urban Dictionary. All right, we need this one. Let's see where it's going to open up. New window, oh, of course. Let's go to. So we need to pass 2. We need to set 2 environment variables, right? We need this one equals, and that is going to be this URL right here. So that's going to be this one. The IP for the API. Enter that. Oh, set env is going to be. I guess it's important to let it know which resource you want it to assign to, and there's going to be udec-fe space. All right, and then we're going to set another one for our OpenAI key, which because this is public right now, I'm not going to put the actual key. I'm just going to put we're going to do 1 2 3 4 5 6 our API key. If we make this application public, then the ability to use the customize your workflow is going to it's going to be available to the Patreon members only, so that if they want to use the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data and they want to customize their experience, well, you have to authenticate through Patreon in order to be able to use those features. All right. So let's go ahead and enter this one. And that's it. So now we're going to do kubectl rollout restart, and we're going to say udec deployment udec-fe. All right, so we do that, we restart that, and now we're going to say kubectl get deployments. And we're both up and running. All right, perfect, exactly what we wanted. Right, so now we need to expose the need to create the service. So we're gonna do so exposing the deployment, kubectl expose deployment, and it's gonna be udec-fe, and we're going to say --type equals load balancer, and now our port is going to be, let's do 80, and our target port is going to be 3000, right? I think that's everything. Cool, so now it's exposed. Let's do kubectl get services. So we have our service for the backend, which is up and running. We're waiting for IP address for the front end, so that we can be able to access our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data through there. Okay. Give it a second. Let's give it a second to come back to us. All right, there goes our IP, 104. So if we go to this IP right here on its own, we should be able to get to the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data, all right? So drum roll, please. Let's put that in there. And what do we have? Do we have success? Do we have, I don't know. Oh, we do. We did it, Joe. We did it.
We the best. Let's get it. Ain't believing us.
They didn't believe in us. They did not believe in us, but here we are. Here we are. Let's say we search. That was a pretty amazing thumbnail. I'll say this. My thumbnails have gotten so much better these past few months. I'm impressed with my own thumbnails, all right? I have to say. Okay. So let's do a search for jobs. And why are we not getting results for jobs? Why are we not getting results? I don't know. We should be getting results. Maybe it's not connecting properly to the backend. Let me see the command that we used. Let's go over here. So it's up and running, but what was our, maybe that slash shouldn't be there. Let me get rid of this one, cause here, so maybe that slash is messing it up. So let's do another restart. Actually, no, before we do that, let's do some troubleshooting. As QA engineers, right? Let's go and look at over here. And let's go to here and let's say jobs. And yes, it's the double slash. The double slash is doing it. We should handle that better. I think we should handle that better. But and that's a coding thing that we need to fix. But for now, we can go here and we can say we can do a restart or rollout restart. And that's going to be deployment, UDEC FE. And that's restarted. Let's do a kubectl get deployment apps. All right, so that's still up. Anything else we need to do? I think everything else is okay. So let's go back over here and let's refresh this page. And if we search for jobs again, why are you saying 404? Wait, no, so it still has the old thing in there. Let's go to here. We need to get the new thing. Why are you still having that like that? Oh wait, let's see what happens. All right, let's see jobs. There we go. So so it was a double slash that was causing the issue. If we go here and we go to test on Google, so that's the one that we added last week, weekly jobless claims, all good. All right, perfect. So we are good. We have deployed this using our terminal on Google Cloud Platform for the Google Kubernetes Engine. All right, now the thing is, we want to see it actually scale up and down, right? Because if we look at this, we have one pod for each. That means because it's not getting any traffic, right? Last week when it started, it had 3, and then it scaled down to 1 because it didn't have any traffic. So with that being said, we're going to look for Ralph Harness. There we go. Chaos Cap. So we're going to look at this repo right here, Rapid Automated Load Performance Harness that my good friend Don created. It says initialize Ralph, set up testing parameters, choose test type. Is it a simple test? We're going to go down this route, execute simple test. If it's a more complex test, is it a stress test? Then we go down this route, save the results, upload to Google Cloud Storage. We're not going to do all that, but to get it to work, we're going to be using Go. Requires Go to run. If you haven't installed it, you can download the official Go from the official Go website. So we're going to have to, because I don't think I have Go installed on this computer. So we're going to have to do that. Let's go to go over here. And we're going to get ARM64 Linux. So we need where's the one that we need? We need this one, the ARM64 package installer for Mac. Let's go to downloads, and we're gonna go here. So I'm installing Go, the Go package. Go is a language that you can code in. Don, who writes in many languages, he wrote it in Go. So I can go over here while we do that. Let's go here. Let's see us do the installation. All right. Install password. We do that. All right, so installation is complete. We're going to move that to trash. All right, cool. So now if we are reading Don's repo, so we have that installed. Google to exploit Google Cloud upload storage functionality, ensure Google Cloud SDK is installed. We have that installed, but I don't think we're not gonna use that part of it, at least not for this. All right, so we need to open up a correction in here. Let me see. Can I do that here? Let's go to edit. And I'm going to just change this over here to, because although Don created this, there's a little bit of a typo in there, right? Because it's called the Ralph harness, not the, whatever that word is, harness. Let's see, Ralph, replace all, and let's commit changes. Commit message, fixed typo in repo name in readme. So you're getting some. One of my friends were like, "Hey, I want to slide into your GitHub repo." Although this is not my GitHub repo, this is Don's GitHub repo, but you're seeing some of the things that we do on GitHub. Usually you're working on it on your local computer and you're pushing it up to GitHub, but this is a fix in the README of a typo. I'm just fixing that real quick, all right? So now we should see that over here, it's fixed, all right? So let's go through the process of doing this. We're going to go to copy this, git clone the repo, and is this a public repo? Let me make sure it's a public repo. This repo is public. So I'm gonna drop this repo in the chat in case anybody is interested in taking a look at it to see what Don had created. But it's to do performance testing, load and performance testing, all right? So I'm going to copy this. And we're gonna go over to here. I'm gonna paste that in here. Actually, no, wait, before I do that, let me see what folder are we in? PWD. We are in this folder. Do I want it in this folder? I don't. What folder do I want it in? CD. I don't know what folder I want it in. Let's try and tell it. I don't web. I don't have IntelliJ installed on this. That's surprising. I guess I'll put it in the Python folder for now. Although it's not Python, but I feel like that's where I should put it for now. Let me see something real quick. What does JetBrains
break, lunch
software
break.
for JetBrains software for Golang would be Goland by JetBrains. Is it free? Is it free? It looks like it's free. So, you know what? Let's go over here. Let's go ahead and let's get this one right here. Let's download that. And this is you are seeing my brain at work right now. It's gonna take about 3 minutes to download, so let's go to break and we will continue after break. All right, so break time. Let me check the chat to see what we got going on, and then I will get to a crazy story from a life ago about things that happened. All right, let's see. Magnetar says it's fire. I think Magnetar is referring to when we got the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data to work. And it's working now, but we want to scale it up. We want to see Kubernetes in action when it's getting a lot of traffic, when it knows to scale up and scale down. So that's the next thing. But thank you so much, Magnetar. Truly appreciate it. He says even more fire, more fire. We got my guy Junior in the building. What's up, Junior? Hopefully you are doing well. Hopefully everything is good with you. Magnetar says government jobs. You saw. I don't know if you saw the show yesterday, but they said there was a drop in government jobs yesterday, or from the jobs report. Let's see. All right, perfect. So, are you guys ready for this crazy story? It's a crazy story, right? I don't even know if I should share this story, but let's go. I mean, I'll share it. Right? I'll share it. So, I call this break. I walked away, and I never looked back. So this story had to take place in had to be after the 2008 layoff. Yeah, I think so. I got laid off in 2008 from the web hosting company where I was doing web design, right? And at the same time, I was doing bail bondsman and still doing like web design for other people and stuff like that. And I had a like friend that I met at work, which we're still cool. But and we would do a lot of projects together. So and that was the era of those. Do you guys remember those custom MySpace pages for musicians and stuff like that, and for models and all types of people, right? So we learned, because we were web developers, we learned how to create those custom MySpace pages, and through that we met a lot of people. Most of those people we should have never ever met. See, me, not only do I believe in burning bridges, I also believe in never crossing some bridges as well. Never building some bridges, never crossing some bridges. But that's another. I'll tell you this, right? You will see people online. They especially musicians, comedians, actors, actresses, whatever, right? And you'll see them in their nice looking clothes, and they're taking pictures by some expensive cars, and it's like they know this artist, and this artist mentioned their name, and they're like, so let me put this out before, because I can go on this topic for like the rest of the show, right? But and it's like they have really big help me out, Miss Freckles, notoriety, but for like 10 people. So this is like this is a pre-story to the real story, right? But there was this one artist that came across us, and it's like, and then he had an assistant who, this artist had a what do you call it, a mascot, and his producer or manager / assistant would dress up as the mascot, And that producer slash assistant got treated terribly, and probably didn't make any money, right? So me and my friend were like, we're experimenting. We were trying to get better at doing these MySpace pages and stuff like that. And we created some MySpace pages for them. And they were coming down. I forgot where they lived, right? But they were coming down to the Hard Rock down here in Hollywood to do a performance. And it's like, oh yeah, you should come through and stuff like that. They were gonna go hang out at I forgot which hotel. It was some hotel in like close to the Hard Rock, right? I used to live like right down the street from the Hard Rock. So we go over there and we're hanging out. Like, so we went to the Hard Rock, right? And I don't know if they thought like it was crazy. Like a bunch of people for no reason, right? Anyways, so then we go back to the hotel after that, and it's like, oh yeah, here's a check for all the work that you did and stuff like that. And me and my homeboy, we take the check, we look at it, and we're like, this is so cute. This is literally what we said to each other. This is so cute, right? And we're like, all right, we're done. We're done with these people, right? But now to get to the actual story, right? To the actual story. So that was like one. It's like they have these nice, quote unquote, fancy chains, nice outfits and stuff like that. And then it's like, oh, but for this marketing work, here's some money. Here's some money. I was like, all right, cool. Thank you. We went and bought us some Happy Meals with it. I'm just kidding. It wasn't Happy Meals. But we're like, later, y'all. We're out of here, right? But we did end up learning a lot of stuff about HTML and custom design and stuff like that. So here's the real story of a different situation where I walked away and I never looked back, because in my younger days, in our younger days, we did some stupid things, and we got involved with the totally wrong people. And because like we're looking for business opportunities, right? And people who act like they are business people, like, but it's like they have an idea. And we're like, okay, let's try to work with that idea, right? And my friend, he was a photographer, and he did music and all this type of stuff, right? So we're like, all right, let's work with this person, and I kid you not. And I say, like, we were in some of the most ratchet places and situations, and I'm like, all right, so. Oh my God. So we started, like, the person that we met, we're like, this guy is kind of weird, right? And so I started to back off. I started to back off from this person, right? And my friend started to back off too. But like, we're still like talking on a semi-regular basis until one morning, because I would go to sleep like late, because I was either doing bail bonds or I would like working on I was up late working on designs and stuff like that. And so I probably fell asleep around 3:00 in the morning that night/morning. And then I wake up and I see a couple of missed calls on my phone. I'm like, what the hell is going on? If you guys know me, I hate voicemails, right? But I had some voicemails left. And my friend had called me too. I'm like, why is my friend calling me? Like, I listened to the voicemail, and it's the guy that we were like working with. I'm not sharing any details about like in the capacity.
Back to work. Chop. Let's go. Come on, let's move on. Back to work.
In the capacity that we're working with, right? And so I listened to my phone. I listened to the voicemail, right? I kid you not. This guy calls me around, had to be like 6 a.m, and he's crying on the phone. I look at my phone like, what the hell is going on? And he's like, oh, the person that he was with, that was doing the quote unquote business with him, had some people show up to the house and jump him and all this type of stuff. And I was like, the first thing I'm like, why are you calling me with this? Like, I'm not the police. Like, what do you want me to do for you? And I'm like, I'm not getting involved in that. Like, I'm like, look, I don't know you like that. Like, I don't know you like that. So I listen to the voicemail. I'm like, huh. So I called my friend. I'm like, hey, did you get this call? He's like, oh yeah, he called me and stuff like that. I'm like, what are you gonna do? He's like, nothing. I'm like, you damn right. I'm like, wait, so you're calling me right after you get jumped by some guys that your person had call on you and stuff like that, and you want me to come pick you up or something? I'm like, hell no. Like, hell no. And I walked away and I never looked back after that. I'm like, nope, we're not doing this. And that's why for me, I am quick to see things going in the wrong direction. I'm like, all right, I'm out. Like, you're not gonna catch me with that. I am not gonna be anywhere near that. I'm like, nope. And but here's the funny thing, right? Here's the funny thing. I forgot. Maybe it was Facebook at the time or something like that. I think it was probably Facebook because everybody had Facebook at that time. I see a post where they're together again and they're all lovey-dovey and stuff like that. It's like, pfft, delete. I'm like, I'm out of here. Business venture, business idea, gone wrong. We are not doing that whatsoever. So me, I'm like, look, that's why I don't have many friends, because when your friends get into knucklehead situations,
I'm a knucklehead at times.
a lot of times they drag you along in their knuckleheadedness. And as my favorite runner-up of all time told me, right?
Do not come.
You know, and I just practiced that from a long, long time ago. You will not catch me dead or alive in these crazy situations. Maybe I'll share more details on that, on the crazy things the crazy situations we ended up in Discord or something like that, right? Maybe on some Discord night. But yeah, I remember quick other story. I remember taking somebody. I remember having to. God. I had to turn somebody into jail one time, and I lost the keys to the handcuffs. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. Anyways, let's wrap that up. All right. Let's just forget. Let's forget about the whole thing. Forget about the whole thing. All right. Let me check the chat, and then we're gonna get back to our last segment of work. We'll see what we can do. Let's see. Let's see. Miss Freckles says, bingo. I had to sound it out. I had to say it slowly, Miss Freckles. Thank you so much for always being my, what do you call the person who, my sound it outer. Thank you for always being my sound it outer. And Magnetor said that you cussed. I did? Well, forgive me. Right? But it was a crazy story. Magnetor says, wowzers. Oh my God, Juniors. It was a crazy. Yo, I'm telling you, I've been in some crazy. I did some really stupid stuff back in the days. All right, and I walked away from all that. And he said he needed a shoulder. He did. You're right. No. Junior, what he needed was either a bodyguard, maybe a strong jab, maybe a strong right hook. I don't know. But he did not need, maybe he needed a shoulder, but he did not need my shoulder. I'm like, nope, I ain't picking you. I'm not picking you up. I don't like having people in my car to say that, because anybody, like, I have never been in this situation. Oh, I have another story for you, but that's going to be for another day, right? But you ever been in a situation? I've never been in it, but you ever been in a situation where somebody's in your car and you happen to get pulled over by the police, and they're like, oh, I have this in the car. Like, whoa. How do you wait till now? Like, you should have told me that like prior to entering the car. The car said, all right, well, then you got to get rid of it, or you're not getting in the car. But it's once the police pulls over, like, oh, I got this in the car. Whoa, slow that down, bruh. We don't do that. No, we don't do that. Nope. Just saying. I'm just saying. Let's see. Roxy says, flaky, what? And Magnus says, this is why we exercise the Second Amendment. You're right. I exercise it, just not for other people. And Miss Rebecca says, run, Forrest, run. Oh, man. I check the message. I call my friend, like, hey, you got this message? Like, yeah. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Nothing. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going back to sleep. I kid you not. Never text, never called again. I got some phone calls after. I'm like, nope. We're not doing that. We're not even friends. We are not even we're not even friends, bro. We met you under false pretenses, all right? And I'm like, all right, we got our way out. Magnus says, a photo op. Says, take this photo or we're gonna beat you up again. I don't think that's how that went. Right? It says, how on earth did you lose the key? I have no idea. All I know, I got there. I'm like, oh crap, I can't find the key. And so I'm like, all right, well, just walk him into jail. And the intake person, after we went through all the paperwork, they took it off for me. I'm like, all right, cool, perfect. That's the good thing about handcuff keys. They're all match. But I'll share that story in a future date, right? But that's what happens. But like I said, I've been in some crazy situations. I know. I'm like, oh, yeah. Sorry, dude. It is what it is. All right. With that being said, let's get to our last-ish segment of the day. We're going to be let's install Goland, and then we're going to get this harness thing working. All right. So, and it's funny. The only reason that I install Goland is so I can have the folder Goland to be able to clone the repository too. All right. So let's do our last segment.
It's time to do.
All right, let's go over to here. And we're going to go over to that one. Where did it show up? Or maybe I need to go to the folder. Let's go to the folder. All right, we have the folder open. Let me open up Goland. Waiting. Oh, there it goes. It's in the background. I didn't see it. All right. So installing Goland. It's installed. So now let's see if we have over here. Do we have a Goland folder? Let's see. CD. Oops. Let's see. CD go. Let me open the Goland. Let's open Goland, see what we got in there. Open it. Allow. All right, it's opened. I thought I didn't have this installed. All right. Import settings. I guess I'll use the WebStorm settings, I guess. It's funny how it's just funny how you end up down these rabbit holes and these paths in order to do more, right? In order to do more, you always end up, oh, they want a license. I don't have a license. Well, maybe for my birthday I'll get the yearly license for all of the JetBrains product, right? But let's see, go. Studio projects, PyCharms projects. Let's do why don't we just do mkdir go land projects. And let's go to cd go land projects, and we're gonna say, let me clear that out. We're gonna say git clone. Hopefully nothing else is copied. What was that all about? Git clone. Oh, all right. I have extra stuff in there. Why do I have two git clones in there? All right, git clone. All right, so that's cloned. CD Ralph. And let's go back to our documentation. So we're inside the Ralph. It says, ensure you grab all essential dependencies. So we're going to do go mod tidy, and then go build Ralph main go. All right, so let's go back over here. We're going to say go mod tidy. What? All right, let's do another. CD go land Ralph. So sometimes because you already had a terminal open, it's not gonna recognize the new things that were added. So let's do go mod tidy. This one should take it, right? Yep, perfect. So by the way, Go, I believe, was created by Google. It's like one of their coding languages. All right, so that's installed. Let's clear that out, and we're gonna say go build -o Ralph and main.go. And that's done. So now to actually, let's pull this up real quick. To actually use it, we're going to do ./Ralph and then the URL to our Kubernetes cluster. Let's see, simple and iterations. What does iterations mean? Do we have a, let me see. Usage, that's for that. All right, so type indicates the type of load test, includes options simple, stress, spike, endurance, ramp up. Oh, maybe we do, ramp up is the default, all right? So that's good. Set the iterations count for simple tests, default to 1. Spike, designate the spike counts for spike test, default is 3. Spike intervals, determine the time in seconds, duration, max users, set the cap for ramp up users, default is 10. Ramp up period, duration, the following are use cases showing how to utilize Ralph for various testing methods. I don't know how I feel about utilizing Ralph, but let's see. Stress test concurrent request. So type stress concurrent request 10. Spike test, endurance test, ramp up max users 15. Ramp up period 15 seconds. Let's try that one. I think we'll try that one. You guys ready? You guys ready to do this? Let's give it a try, right? We're gonna do a ramp up test. We're gonna do like 100, right? Hopefully my computer can handle it. I don't know. ./Ralph -URL equals, and we're gonna get our Kubernetes URL. Let's see. Let's go to here. The only issue with that though is we'll be able to see the front end scale up, but we won't be able to see the back end scale up actually, because we're not actually sending a request. And I don't think we could do that, but we could do a request to the back end directly though, because I mean when you're doing load tests, you should test them independently, right? So we'll do this one, and we will say that type equals ramp up max users equals 50. ramp up period equal, let's keep that at 15. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with this. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to have my, let's do it like this. Let's go here. Let me see, can you guys still see that? Let's go here. And over here, we are going to do so we're going to go to, so we want to see if the number of pods are going to increase, right, with this test. So let's give it a try. And it should be the pods for the front end, I suppose. All right. Let's see. Where can we see traffic? Are we supposed to see anything? Uploading error. Environment variables for must be set. I don't care about the uploading though. Let me see. /Ralph. Help. All right, so we'll set, if set will not upload to Google Cloud Storage and only save CSV locally. Let me see. Concurrent request for stress test. Default is 5. Number of iterations for simple tests, max users. Okay. So let's try that again. Oh, what's this one? No cloud. What? If, what am I doing here? Why is, no, let me clear this out. Why is that not working? We have the URL, we have the type, ramp up, max users. Maybe the no cloud shouldn't be there. Oh, because I have 2 dashes. There we go. Still nothing. What is going on here? Not defined, no. Oh, okay, there's no dash as well. So it's no cloud, no dash. There we go. Is there any verbosity in this thing? I don't see any verbosity, but let's do a, it's done though, ls. All right, so let's do a cat. You guys remember the cat command? And it was fine with this amount of users. If we refresh, it didn't even blink. It didn't even blink. So let's ramp it up to 100 maybe. And if that doesn't work, then we're going to try the, if that doesn't work, we're going to try the, a different type of test. Let's see, 100 users. I'm telling you, it probably needs a lot of users in order for it to be able to see the need to ramp up. 100 users doesn't really worry them, especially for the front end, right? The back end, I'm not entirely sure how they feel about that, but we're not getting anything here. All right, so let's try another type of test. Let's try a simple test, right? Let's do this one. And we don't have to pass type because it's a simple test, but we want to do, let me see, where's our documentation? Over here. We want to do a, maybe we'll do a stress test next, but let's do a, the default is ramp up. Okay, let's try a simple test, right? So we'll do let's see. Ramp up period. And so instead of ramp up, let's do a type equals simple and a iterations of, let's try 1,000. Let's see what we get with that. So I should have put no cloud, but okay. I just want to see if this thing is going to move at all. Let's go actually click into here. Let's see if it's getting any traffic. So got some spiking over here. Let's see here. Let's refresh. Trying to see. So there's no use over here, but I'm trying to see if it's getting traffic. Should be. What time is it? 4:30. I mean, yeah, I did because it has this over here. Let's see. It is running. See if anywhere to see network traffic. Let's go back over here. Events, logs, YAML. It's still running though. So that should be done. Wish I could see some type of network traffic, but it's still at 1, right? Because I think it's gonna require a lot for it to actually be able to be able to scale. Let's see. Let's try a stress test. Type is going to be type is going to be stress, and the concurrent requests are going to be concurrent requests, and let's say they equal to, let's try it 50. See what we get, or I guess 60. Let's see what we get with 60. I wish there was a verbosity in here that we could see what's going on. That can't be done already. So let's do no cloud. Why is that so fast? Let's go back to here. Let's see. I don't see network traffic though. Let's see. Let's see. All right, let's go over here. I see traffic, but I'm not seeing the type of traffic that well, not the type of traffic, but I'm not seeing where it's saying the network traffic that's happening. I see computer traffic. But what I'm trying to see is, what's the white line? Used. Let's see here. Let's check the pod actually. Let's check the pod. So we have the CPU for the pod, the memory, the disk usage. Let's see. How about we ramp it up to, let me see what other options we have. Let's go to, ramp up. Ramp up. And we're going to say, ramp up. All right, so let's say max. Let's say type is ramp up, and max users, let's say 200. Hopefully it doesn't stop the computer. And we have ramp up period. Let's say 5 seconds, or let's say 6 seconds. And let's see what that, oh, what do we do here? Ramp up period not defined. Okay, so this U is uppercase too. Ramp up period. Let's see what happens with this one.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
It is break time, but let's take a look at this one because we're gonna wrap up the show afterwards. But let's see what happens with this one. I just wish I could see the traffic that's happening. Let's see what we got. I'm trying to see if the pods are going to scale. That's all I really want to see if the pods are going to scale or not. I don't care about anything else. And so far they are not scaling, which I don't think is a problem with. It's not a problem with Kubernetes. I think it's just like we're not seeing enough traffic to it, and I can't see the traffic that's being sent to it as well either. I would like to see how the traffic is, or where to find it, so I can see. All right, we're actually getting these requests coming in. You know. Let me see observability. So it's just CPU memory integration. I want to see like network traffic. Pod events, container errors. Let's see, manage Prometheus. Okay. Let's go to, I'm going to try 1,000. I'm just going to try 1,000. Let's see if we're getting traffic though. Okay. Let's try that with 1,000 max users. right, let's go back to where is our clusters? So, all right, we're not seeing anything here. How did I, yeah, it's sevens. Workloads. Overview. I wonder if there's another view, because I'm not seeing the details of this test, and I just think it's not enough for it to scale up and down. I want to see. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a Google search. How much traffic to see Google Kubernetes pod scale up. So pod scale up based on configured metrics such as CPU, memory utilization, or custom metrics with the horizontal auto pod autoscaler. Typically just adjust the number of replicas to maintain. So it's scaling horizontally. Let's see. All right. So, all right. So if it's scaled based off the CPU, let's go look at here. And we had a spike in CPU at some point, not really a spike in memory. So let's crank it up a little bit more. Let's crank it up a little bit more. Oh, it's not done yet, actually. That's probably why the spike is happening. So while it's doing that, right? While we're waiting for that, we can see the CPU is climbing, and it's coming back down. Did we get a second one back? Oh, no, we didn't. I might push it for 10,000 because we saw the spike in the CPU for a brief moment in time. Am I the wrong one? See, we saw that spike. How can we get it to spike even higher? Let's see. We still have one. I want to see more. Maybe I'll look for that for next week. We'll add that onto the show on how can we see traffic on our Kubernetes, like scaling and stuff like that. Let's just do another refresh. It's going way down now. Spiked at 350, then the memory spiked at 350, then been pretty stable. Probably when they turn it on. All right. Yeah, we're not seeing it yet. I'll keep this on tonight and I'll just play with it a little bit more. But I really think, let's try 10,000. Oops. And let's do ramp up time 3. All right, let's try that. Ooh, what the heck? Control C. What? It's 1 what? Let me see something. What happened to that all of a sudden? Maybe Google blocked it. Maybe it said too many connections are coming in here. Let's go to Why is it down? Let's go over here. Let's click on this. Over here. I'm curious why it's down all of a sudden. I'm just going to move it back over here, actually. Let's take a look at it over here. So let's refresh this. Maybe they blocked my IP. We got a spike. Let's see what we have over here. Autopilot. Why can't I see it though? Copy link address. Yeah, this. I think Google said I was sending too many requests. Anyways, whatever. That's it for today. Let's wrap it up. I tried to send extra traffic to it, and it looks like Google might be blocking me now. So I'll keep messing with it a little bit later today, and we'll see what happens. But that's it for today. That is it for today. Let's get into our final thoughts, or final announcements, I guess I would say. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be doing large language models and AI. We're going to be, like I said, we're going to be integrating Perplexity into our operations. We're going to have candid conversations where I'm going to, I named it Me versus Me. Who I was. So tomorrow's like who I was like maybe 12-ish years ago and who I became in the past few years. And, you know, the things that I have to do to be successful, all that good stuff, right? So that's gonna be our kind of. I'm gonna schedule it after I'm done, like later today, tomorrow at noon, and we're going to be starting the David Goggins playlist at 4 a.m. on Tech Music. So tune in if you need that extra bit of push and motivation to get things done. I know I'm gonna be talking about that tomorrow as well, but for the past few weeks that I've been doing that, it's been helping me more than anybody else because like I'm up early, stretching and working out and getting ready for the weeks to come. So, you know, I build stuff for myself and I hope it also helps other people as well along the way. All right. But that is what we have going on tomorrow. Remember to live tomorrow morning, premiering Candid Conversations at noon. And then Tuesday night, we're going to be doing Q&A. And then throughout the week, there's different clips from different shows. All of that good stuff. There's shorts that I've been dropping as well. All of that good stuff, all right? Let me check the chat one last time before we get out of here. Let's see what we got. Junior had said that those handcuff keys are small. So very, very easy to zoom. I don't know why they weren't in my keychain, you know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I have no idea. And Junior said, I'm here watching and forgot to hit the like button, shaking my head. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Yes. Please hit the like button. Truly, truly appreciate it. Right. But yeah, that is it for today. That is it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. On our way out, before we end the show, we are going to watch Redefined one more time for my dear friend Roxy. Rock the scrubs, Roxy. All right, let's do it, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna end the show. Okay, so just bear with me for a second. Let me get over to that here, and let's do it one last time to say goodbye.
My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. Who would have thought I'd see this day? Dreams were skirts an office play. Life had plans, it switched the path. Scrubs and sneakers, here at last. From city lights to quiet nights, trading heels for saving lives. A twist of fate, a new pursuit, new horizons in my view. From the office light to a neon glow, life took a turn and let me grow. In the land afar to a land so new, chasing dreams in scrubs and shoes. The land afar, a journey through, sparked a fire I never knew. From corporate dreams to what I do, standing strong, a life renewed. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. Coffee breaks to emergency stakes. The life I knew now gently fades. Paper plans took flight one day. In scrubs and sneakers I found my way. Once glued to desks, now hearts I mend, finding purpose at each bend. Who'd have thought this path I'd find? With every step I'm redefined. Distant dreams now crystal clear, unknown roads brought me here. A map unplanned, a life so true, a land afar, a land anew, a land anew, a land afar, a journey through, sparked a fire I never knew. From corporate dreams to what I do, standing strong, a life renewed. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills. My path was set with skirts and heels, trading them for scrubs and thrills.
There you have it. There you have it. Redefined. What a great project. That was a fun project to work on. And it's fun to collaborate with people who add great value into your life, right? But with that being said, we're gonna get out of here. We are going to get out of here. Let me make sure there are no. Oh, by the way, it looks like the request to Google that we're trying to make. It looks like Xfinity had blocked those requests because they thought there was an attack on my network or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to mess with it a little bit more after I get off of here, and we'll see if I can get it to scale. If not, it is what it is, right? But yeah. Anything else came through? Actually, no. Yeah, we did. Roxy says, appreciate you. I appreciate you too.
I appreciate you.
And Junior says, another great show. Thank you so much, Junior. And it is so happy. I'm so happy to see you again for the past few weeks here. It's been awesome. AR Smith says, thanks, TechODruff. Thank you, AR Smitty, for hanging in with me and watching along, following along, and listening to my crazy stories. All right, cool. That is it. Let's wrap it up for today. You guys have an amazing rest of your Sunday and an amazing week. All right. TechODruff, we are out.
Fell from the clouds, felt the crash. High horse bucked me off the path. smitten, lost, can't find my way. Below rock bottom, here I'll stay. I was riding, up on that horse. Thought I had it all, no doubts, no remorse. Fell hard, right down below, lower than rock bottom, where dreams don't go. Where do I go from here? Can't see through the fear. I'm lost, I'm scared, tangled up, trying to find my luck. Lost in the shadows, can't find the light. Wandering aimless through endless night. Should've been straight, but I took the curve. Now I'm stuck in this mess with nerve. Broken wings, shattered dreams, echoes of laughter, now just screams. Trying to climb back up the wall, but every step, it's a harder fall. Once high up in the sky so blue, now the ground's the only view. Regrets a heavy chain around my feet, dragging me down into this defeat. I look for answers in the dark, hoping to kindle a single spark, just a spark. But all I find is the cold and the pain, circling around like a never-ending chain. Gotta find a way to break free from this. Reclaim the throne I start to miss. Claim the throne. Right now just lost in despair. Grasping for hope, it's nowhere. Where do I go from here? Can't see through the fear. I'm lost, I'm scared, tangled up, I'm lost, trying to find my luck. Tired eyes looking for a sign. Fractured heart, cracked by time. Should've been straight, paid my dues. Now I'm haunted by the blues.